Hey guys, and welcome back to another Speed Paint. You're like, what the fuck, Cams? I've never seen you in camera before. Hi, I'm Cams. And I just thought I should start this video like this today because I'm gonna talk about why I shaved my head. And if you don't know me from before, well, you might not know what I looked like before. But I started the year looking like this. And then around February, March, I cut my hair and looked like this. And now I look like this. And I just get so many questions. Why did you do it? Was there a medical reason? Or did you just want to do it? And I thought I would answer these questions and talk a little bit about, you know, like self-confidence and all that, because it played a big role on it. And I just want to tell you that when I reference a little skin condition I have, I'm basically talking about this. And I have more on the back, but this is the one up front. So when I reference that, you just know that it's these little spots you see there. They're not so bad right now because I medicated today. I use medicated shampoo on them. But that's it. Hope you enjoyed the speed paint, and we're gonna back to normal. So I hope you enjoy it. I'll see you in a second. Thank you, other cams. And before I start, I should mention that this speed paint drawing is Lulu Coral's Draw This in Your Style on Instagram. So I'm gonna leave a link down below to the original one. But hi, what's up? So I kind of just wanted to do a little brief explanation on why I shaved my head, because I get asked the question a lot. And I actually shaved it on Instagram Live, so the video is up in my Instagram if anyone's curious. It's not very fun. It's just me and my mom fighting because my mom is like shaving my head. My mom shaved my head, and she's like crying at the beginning, and then the machine is not working. It's a train wreck, but finally we got it to how it looks now. And I just got the question why I did it, and there's no one answer to this. There is one reason as to why I decided to do it in the end, because you know it was kind of like something I've always wanted to do. Okay, let me just start from the beginning. So I've never loved my hair. I've never enjoyed my hair. It's just, if you don't know, my hair is naturally curly and thin. So I was really blonde when I was a kid, and as I grew older, my hair got darker to like a light brown that sometimes looks kind of blondish in the sun. Some people say I have a very unique color and I should love it and I should never dye my hair, and I'm like, well, it's my hair, so I do whatever the fuck I want. I get it all the time by hairdressers. Like when I go dye my hair or do anything to my hair, they're like, oh, why do you dye your hair? You have such a beautiful natural color. You know how many clients come in asking for this color? And I'm like, yeah, good for them. Let them get this color. I don't want it. I hate it. I just think it's so boring, you know? And life is too short to have boring hair, don't you think? Anyways, I've never loved my hair. Ever since I was a kid, I had like tons of people tell me, you know, the like whole concept that straight hair is better than curly hair, which is so stupid. And I don't believe that. I used to believe it when I was a child, because I would have like people saying my hair was ugly because it was big and curly and wild. Since it was so thin, it would just like go everywhere. I used to have like a little afro when I was a kid, and when it grew, it was a lot. And my mom, and especially, she was always saying how much nicer I look with straight hair and how my face changes and shit like that. And then in school, most girls who had curly hair, like around middle school, high school, most girls who had curly hair would just like get treatment done to straighten it and all that. My mother never let me do those things, but I had girls always telling me like, oh, doesn't your hair make you hot? Oh, why is your hair so big? And shit like that. Yeah, I always hated my hair until I was way older. Like, I want to say I kind of started liking my hair when I turned like in my 20s, kinda maybe. I also had previous relationships who told me that they would probably like me more physically if I had straight hair, which is something so fucked up to say. Wow, why was not a red flag back then? But yeah, so I think I should start by saying, because a lot of people I know are like really attached to their hair because they love it And I get it. I get people being attached to their hair. I personally just have never been attached to it because of those reasons. I think that's maybe like the first reason I didn't mind shaving my hair off. I've always wanted to have short hair. I started cutting my hair really short my senior year in high school. I cut it like on top of my shoulders, like almost at my cheekbones, not cheekbones, what is this called? Jawbone. It was the shortest I've ever had it, and a lot of people loved it, a lot of people hated it. I didn't love how it looked, but I loved how it felt, because for me to have long hair implied me having to have a schedule of when I was gonna wash my hair. And I don't know if anyone has hair like mine, but basically I had to untangle my hair before I showered, then I had to shower and be super careful, because I have it's not only that I have curly thin hair, it's that I have a lot of hair. I have like 3 times the normal amount of hair people have. So I would never need something like extensions to have more volume, because I just have so much volume. And I would have to be super careful when I washed it in the shower, and I would have to be untangling it in the shower. So when I got out like an hour later, I would have to untangle it again and just leave it dry. And then my hair, I have so much hair that after like 20 minutes of drying, I need to pull the front part in a bun, like divide my hair in two and have one part in a bun so the under part can dry, because if not, my hair takes hours to dry. Like if I want to naturally dry it, because sometimes I don't have time to let my hair naturally dry, and then I just use a hair dryer. Yeah, it was just a lot, and I like how my hair looks better when it's naturally dried than when I dry it myself. So it was just a lot. So last year, or 2 years ago, I want to say 2 years ago, I let my hair grow all the way up to my butt. If I have a picture, I'll insert it here. It was all the way up to my butt, and it was beautiful. I loved it, but it was so heavy, and if I were to like have my hair dirty and in a bun, it would feel so heavy on my head. So I cut it a little bit, mostly because I was traveling and I didn't want to deal with it traveling to another country, another continent even. So yeah, and then after that I let it grow all the way up to my butt again. Beginning of January, my hair was up to my butt again, and I decided to cut it in like February, and I cut it to the picture you saw at the beginning, which is me on top of my shoulders. And I really loved my hair on top of my shoulder. I loved how it looked and everything. But you know, I always wanted to have really short hair. It's been a thing. And my mom was really opposed to it, or was really opposed to me having short hair. I don't know why. It's just like, I think it's just like the old belief that short hair is for boys, and boys will have... If you ever want to hear all the stories I've had in like 3 days of having short hair, or bald hair. Today I got called sir, so that should give you context. Like just wearing baggy clothing and having no hair has people calling me sir, which I don't mind, honestly. If I feel safer if people think I'm a boy. But anyways, so yeah, it was always like a thing. I want to have really short hair, but I just wanted, like, I don't even know how to describe this hairstyle, so I'm just gonna put a picture here of the hairstyle I've always wanted. Yeah, and then I also had this little bucket list. In my bucket list, I always had shave all my hair off, and I would joke with all my friends about this for years. I'm gonna shave off all my hair. I want to shave off all my hair. And my friends would be like, oh, I want to do it too. Let's do it together. But it was kind of one of those things that you just said, and it wasn't serious, and they would never shave their hair. But I was very serious when I said it. I never did. And one of the reasons I didn't was because my mom, she's a lot. And just having to listen to my mom complain about something every day is something I hate. For example, if I got a tattoo, which I'm planning to get a tattoo as soon as this quarantine is over and everything is safe and I don't have to fear for my life. So maybe in like 2 years, I'm gonna get a tattoo. But I never got a tattoo because I just didn't want to hear my mom talking about the tattoo. I once got a piercing and I had to hear about it every day. I once had like that undercut and I had to hear about it every day. So it's just something that I didn't want to deal with. And when the pandemic started, the quarantine started back in March, I was like, man, this is the perfect time to just shave off all my hair because I'm not going out anywhere. And my mom was like, no, how are you gonna do that? Your brother's wedding is coming, and blah, 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 blah. All of that. Because my brother was getting married June 20. So the wedding was right there. And I, in my very educated mind about pandemics and just how this worked, I knew there was no way my brother was getting married 2020. I just knew that like it just wasn't gonna happen. But my mom still believed that things would get back to normal by now. So she was saying like that no, I wasn't gonna cut my hair. And the thing is, I would have very much just grabbed some clippers and shaved it myself. But I knew it's not that easy to shave your own hair. You need help in the back and all that. And also I suffer from carpal tunnel. So just having clippers that are vibrating in my hand while I cut them would be really bad for my hand, and I knew it would be very painful. So I knew I needed help, and if my mother wasn't going to help me, my dad couldn't help me, then I just really couldn't do it by myself, right? So I put the idea kind of like it's not going to happen, but I kept bothering my mom all the time. And I would be like, if I saw a person in a picture of a person with no hair, I would be like, Mom, doesn't she look beautiful? I could look this beautiful. And she would, start being like, oh, you're crazy and shit like that. And then I have a condition in my scalp. It's called seborrheic dermatitis. It's basically just really bad dandruff, but it's not dry dandruff, because a lot of people who have dandruff, it's like really dry scalp and it's really itchy. Mine is itchy and painful, and it's very greasy, and the dandruff is not white. It's kind of like, this is a little TMI and might be disgusting for some, I'm sorry, but mine is very yellow and it's very disgusting, and it smells really bad, to the point where I don't know what it's like to wash my hair and have it smell good, because my hair has a smell good in ears because of that condition, and it has just gotten worse and worse during this quarantine. I don't know why, but it was to the point where I was like every day just so done with the itching and burning on my scalp. And I've done a lot of things through the years. I've used a lot of medication, I've used home treatments, I've gone to like people who helped me out, and all the solutions they had given me had been temporary. And one of the main reasons I've read is that because you can take the dandruff off your scalp, but little particles always remain in your hair or in your hairbrush, or things you use on your hair. Scrunchies, for example, can have that too. So little particles are left there, and then when you put them on, or you like put your hair in a bun or something like that, the particles go back to your scalp and they stick there again and they start regrowing, and it's all the same problem again. So that's what was happening to me, and I was like, wow, what would make that not happen? Have no hair. And I told my mom that, and my mom was like, no. And then I kind of just like stopped thinking about it, because I still bothered her with it sometimes, but I didn't like think it was ever gonna happen. And one day, like 2 weeks ago, we were having lunch and she was like, if you want to cut your hair, cut it, because so many bad things are happening in this world. People are dying, people are getting sick, there are people losing their jobs, and I'm not gonna worry about your hair because there are better things to worry about. And I'm like, oh, my mom, did my mom just have character development? That's like big character development for my mother. I was proud of her. But then, like, with her blessing, I was like, okay, let's cut my hair. And I called my brother, told him to get me some clippers because he had some, and he brought them over. And then what happened on Instagram Live happened. She cut off all my hair. It was a nightmare at the beginning, but now it's all even, and we couldn't get it even. It was really hard to get it even. Turns out the clippers are like 4 years old and they had never had maintenance, so they were not meant to cut that much hair. But anyways, yeah, and now I have no hair, and I'm very happy with it. I never thought I was gonna look bad, because I think every time I've seen a woman with no hair, I think she looks beautiful. I don't know, it's a look I like personally. No hair is always like badass, and I love it. So I knew I was gonna like the look, but I didn't know I was gonna like it this much. Like I think I like it a little too much. I think I'm feeling myself a little too much. Like I usually would look at the mirror when I have no makeup and I just woke up and I'm like, ugh. But lately I look at the mirror and I'm like, hey, you look good today. Which is really good. Like it's really, I really like when people start feeling themselves, because it's like, yeah, confidence is good. Too much confidence is not good, but like just looking at yourself and liking it, I think it's a really good thing. And I had never felt this way about myself, which is, I don't know, if I could give this feeling to other people, I would, because looking at yourself in the mirror and liking yourself when you've for years just hated the way you look no matter what you did, or you had to have like a very specific like hair, makeup, clothing on to like how you looked in the mirror, it's pretty fucked up. And it happens to most of us, I would say. Doesn't matter your gender, doesn't matter where you're from, your sexuality, nothing. I think we have problem liking ourselves because just the image that is put out there is like this thing about perfection and perfect skin and perfect hair and all that. And as someone with not very hair and very bad acne prone skin, and my body's like just all of those things, it was really hard for me. So being how I am now and I can look in the mirror with no hair and no makeup and feel good, it's just, it feels a little good, you know? It feels like really cool. And now I just have people asking me, and let me tell you, this is getting really long, but I've had almost everyone ask my mother if I'm okay, because one, apparently if you cut off all your hair you have a terminal illness. I do not have a terminal illness, and people can cut their hairs off and just be okay. And second of all, other people seem to think I'm having a nervous breakdown, and I'm just here like, you know, I didn't have a breakup, I didn't lose a job, I'm fine. I just really wanted to cut my hair because one, it looks cool, and two, I can't stand my scalp, it hurts. So yeah, those are the reasons I did it. And also it was like a big bucket list, like have no hair, scratch that out. I don't know how to say that in English. But I don't know, I'm happy. And someone told me that while they were watching me live on Instagram, I just looked so happy. Like you would think someone getting all their hair cut would look stressed or, you know, crying or whatever, but I just had the biggest smile, and that made me feel good because I don't know, just that I am truly happy with how I look. Never thought that would happen. I mean, I'm not, I feel like I say that now, I'm like in the high of my looks. Who knows how I'm gonna feel in a week, but right now I feel really good. So yeah, the lesson I want you to have is that you do things you think you might like. If you want to have a tattoo, you want to have a piercing, if you want to dye your hair, I'm not even telling you to cut off all your hair, just it can be anything. You've always wanted to dress a certain way, but you feel like people are gonna look at you weird. Well, I mean, it's gonna happen anyways. People are gonna look at you differently, even if you look quote unquote normal, I feel. Because that's what happened to me. I used to dress pretty normal and people would still say things. And so I started dressing however I wanted, and people are still saying things. The only difference is I don't care. And I know that not caring is really hard. And not caring is like a mood, because you don't always not care. Like, you think you don't care for 6 months, and then the 7th month you start caring again for a few weeks and you're feeling like shit, and then it goes back to not caring. So it's just, I think not caring is kind of a thing with practice, and just stop giving a fuck. And I think maybe if you're really young, that's really hard, because I know that when I was a teenager it was really hard to not care about others, and even in my early 20s it was really hard. But then you kind of, I don't know, I don't want to say you grow up, because maybe a year ago I would still think a lot about what other people were thinking. And as I said, this is like a now thing. I mean, in 2 weeks I might feel like shit and be worried about what everyone is thinking. I also know, like, right now a lot of people have complimented on my looks, but who knows what they're saying behind my back, because some people, like, I know you. I know how you are IRL, so like, why are you trying to trick me? I know what you're really thinking. But anyways, that's all. I should stop talking now because I'm just going in circles. Let me just tell you, I got called sir today, which amazing. Oh yeah, someone told me that I look like a condom, and I don't know. It's just a great compliment, not because condoms are good, but it's just like, wow, you thought I looked like a condom. Cool. I can't say I don't, because I mean, I didn't know condoms had hair, because I still have some hair. But yeah, thank you for thinking I look like a condom. I could look like worse things. I mean, I could look like poop. Poop is worse than a condom, don't you think? But anyways, I know this was a little different, and I'm sorry if I bored you. I just got so many questions why I cut my hair, so here's a very long video on why I did it. And I just want you to know, I don't have a terminal illness. I'm not going through something. I mean, other than the pandemic, I mean, I guess I'm going through something really big. Also, I was thinking of getting a wig, but then like I just don't want to have hair. I might get a wig in case my brother does get married, but I feel like my brother won't get married in 2020 or maybe even in 2021 how things are going, because very similarly to America, people here, I mean, we're doing better than America, don't get me wrong, but people here don't want to take it very seriously or wear face masks or wear them wrong. So I don't know where this is going, but hopefully. I miss having my coffee and cinnamon roll every Sunday at the mall with my mother. I want that back. Give me that back. Sorry if this was very weird and out of the blue, but anyways, I have a few videos planned. I'm working on a video of J.K. Rowling because like 2 people asked for it, and that's all it takes, honestly, 2 people asking for it. I have a video about what helps me during the art block, which I think some of you might enjoy if you like my art videos more than this rambly shit. And I also added a suggestion box down below if you're gonna give me suggestions or things you would like me to talk about. It can be art stuff, it can be alien stuff, it can be whatever you want. If I find it interesting and something I can talk about for like 10 minutes, I'll probably cover it. And just have a good day, good night, good to fight, and I'll see you next time. Bye.